In the nocturnal hours, we observe a vixen in action. The vixen, or adult female fox, primarily feeds during twilight hours and the cover of darkness, which aids her in staying undetected from potential threats. The food selection process of a fox is meticulous, driven by a keen sense of smell and sight. Foxes, including vixens, are omnivorous, and their diet can be quite diverse. This diversification is a survival strategy, enabling them to exploit various food resources depending on their availability. Vixens, like all foxes, typically consume small mammals, such as voles, rabbits, and mice, which make up the majority of their diet. However, they also forage for fruits, berries, and vegetables, particularly in the colder months when other food sources are scarce. They are also known to consume invertebrates like beetles, caterpillars, and earthworms, supplementing their diet with a valuable source of protein. While eating, foxes employ their sharp, pointed teeth and strong jaw muscles to break down food efficiently. They don't chew their food the way humans do, rather, they use their carnassial teeth, which are specialized for shearing meat, allowing them to swiftly consume their meals. It is also worth noting that vixens, particularly during the breeding season, have an increased need for nutrients to support the gestation of pups. As such, their feeding habits may intensify during this period, consuming more food than usual to meet these demands. The vixen's behavior, like all foxes, is greatly influenced by the seasonal changes. Autumn is a particularly important time for the vixen as she needs to increase her body weight in preparation for the breeding season. During this period, she will spend more time foraging and may even demonstrate a preference for fattier foods to help build up her reserves. Once the vixen gives birth, she experiences a significant shift in her feeding and hunting behaviors. In the initial few weeks after the cubs are born, the vixen stays within the den to nurse and protect her young, largely relying on the male fox to provide food. This is a critical time, as the vixen needs to consume enough food to produce milk and maintain her own health, all while tending to her newborn cubs. As the cubs grow, the vixen gradually resumes her hunting duties. She plays an essential role in teaching her young how to forage and hunt. Cubs learn by observing their mother's actions and through playful practice amongst themselves. This learning process is crucial for the cubs' survival, as they must develop these skills before they can live independently. Moreover, the vixen's interaction with her food isn't merely about sustenance. It's also an important part of how she communicates with her cubs and other foxes. Foxes use food to convey information and reinforce social bonds. For instance, a vixen might bring back live prey to her cubs, not only as a food source, but as a teaching tool for them to learn how to handle and kill prey. The vixen, like all foxes, is equipped with a range of sensory adaptations that assist her in locating, identifying, and capturing prey. Her sense of hearing is especially acute, capable of detecting the faint rustling of a rodent beneath a layer of snow or leaves. In fact, foxes are known to employ a hunting technique called mousing, wherein they leap high into the air and pounce on their prey, guided almost entirely by sound. The vixen's sense of smell is also highly developed. It allows her to detect the scent markings left by other foxes, which can provide information about food caches or territorial boundaries. This sense of smell also aids in finding food items, especially those that are hidden or buried. The vixen's diet varies depending on her geographical location and the season. In the UK, for instance, her diet may comprise mainly of small mammals like rabbits and voles. However, she is an opportunistic feeder and will readily consume birds, insects, earthworms, and even fruits and berries when available. In urban environments, vixens have been known to scavenge for food in waste bins, demonstrating their adaptability. Interestingly, foxes, including vixens, practice a behavior called surplus killing when food is abundant. This means they often kill more than they can immediately consume and cache the excess for later consumption. This behavior is particularly noticeable during spring, a time when the abundance of prey coincides with the need to feed growing cubs. In the context of an urban environment, vixens have proven to be highly adaptable. They have been observed to feed on a variety of human-derived food sources, such as leftovers in trash bins or handouts from people. While this may provide an easier meal, it can also lead to potential risks, such as exposure to human-related threats and unhealthy food items. The vixen's feeding pattern is a display of the fox's adaptability and resourcefulness. Their flexible diet and feeding habits are key to their survival in a variety of habitats, ranging from rural countrysides to urban environments.